Hello, everybody. It's Gwen with Crafty Lady Designs. Welcome to my channel. I've got a couple flip throughs tonight. I have a new soft cover journal, and it's it's small, and I forget the measurements exactly. Let me measure it for you. It is 4.5, 4 3/4 by 6.5. Excuse me. It is fabric. It is sewn on the machine. I used a clasp envelope on the inside, and then the inside cover, and I'll show you that in a minute, is the same as the out. And I sewed it on the machine, and it's kind of raveled and whatever. There's a book plate on here. This is a book plate from a steel die of Tim Holtz. I don't know that I had a hard time getting this, but where they still make it. In the back, it's just plain. It's one signature. It has 6 pages of coffee dyed paper, and then additional, and I'm not exactly sure how many, excuse me, how many sheets are in here. I'll have that listed down below. It is secured with a coffee dyed seam binding, and it is loose. It's just tied around like so. So let's go inside. Uh, I've got a book to finish, and I don't know. I just started messing with this. There are no pockets, and this is the fabric, the same fabric that's on the outside, and it's kind of a duck type fabric. The first page is the coffee dye paper, and I've hand sewn. I did a lot of sewing in here and a lot of stenciling. This is the back part of this is muslin, and the front is a piece of sari silk that I kind of opened up, and then I did a zigzag stitch down here, and then I stenciled this with the Tim Holtz Flourish stencil. And this is a digital stamp that I had on my digital downloads, and I apologize, I don't know where I got it. I've had it for a good while. This again is, I bought some new paper. It was real interesting. I ordered it online through Etsy. I was looking for something else and found this paper, and it's kind of got a reddish peach whatever color to it. It's supposed to look like coffee dyed paper, and it's got a few things here and there. There's several different designs per se. So I did stencil it with the stencil. Here's a little tab on the side, which is lace that I got at Hobby Lobby. I took some muslin and I made about 1 inch strips, and I sewed down a long strip, and I cut them off, and I just glued that on top of the lace. And you open it up. This is a book, piece from an old book, and it's a French book. And there was some open area there, and I just filled it in with a stamp. I made this pocket. This pocket is Sabrina. Sabrina made these pockets, and I make them a little bit different, but it's certainly her design. And it's a double pocket, and then I put designer paper on there, and then I zigzag stitched all around, but it is a double pocket. This is a little book that I made, and it's to write on. It's got a little butterfly. And then on here, I put some fabric. This right here, I love this, and I got this. It was gifted to me a long, long time ago. And then I got a little lace under here, and then uh, I got a stamp the other day, and I saw this online. This gal had this stamp, and I think it's like, well, it's got sayings. This says, "Make things happen." Excuse me. And it's got about 4 or 5 or 6 different sayings. It rolls, and they're kind of hard to find. I don't know if they make them anymore, and I did find it on eBay. And what I did, I stamped all these on coffee dye paper, and then I just tear them out and stain them on the side. So this one says "Make things happen." So this goes down into the pocket. Let me get it down in here. And then this is just a card, a couple cards that I had in my ephemera cards that you could journal on the back, and of course put them down in here as well. And then we're going to turn the page. This is just the back side of the coffee dyed paper with the bird. This has come from an old etiquette book. This says etiquette, how how health how a heal how how to heal the proposed, whatever that means. This just says etiquette, and this says engagement over here, and then I stencil on top. This is another part of the coffee dyed paper with another um, lace with the muslin stitching on top of that. And on the back here, this is uh, oh, let me, uh, this is another one of those stamped sayings, and I put this on cheesecloth, and the saying says, "Time to have fun." And there again, I stamped all this whole sheet of paper with some areas in between blank. Excuse me. And then I tear them out and put them on as embellishments. This is just a piece of coffee dyed paper. This is a coffee dyed um, doily that I got from, I think I got this from Sagrita's Coffee. And I just fold it in half. Uh, I just folded it in half. This is a layaway ticket that I got from Denise, Tattered Dream. And this is the bottom part of the ticket. So I made a pocket out of the ticket. This is just a piece of a little heavy, like 110-pound paper that I made. I've got a steel dry stamp, a steel die, Tim Holtz die that came with the tag on the front, and I made a bunch of tags. So this goes in there as well. This is inspired by Wendy's journaling adventure. This is just a little tag punch that I had, and then I also used book paper on it. Punched that out and put them together. Now this is Tim Holtz's new stamps with all the bugs and whatever. I love it. So I stamped a little. I don't know what that is. I think it's a fly. I'm not sure, but it's a buggy. I love buggies. Well, I don't love buggies. Buggies. I like to stamp buggies. And then this is an envelope I got from Sagrita, and she made all these envelopes. This has a part that pulls out. There. It pulls out, and you could journal on that, and then it goes back in. I might have to. It is a little fragile to get it back in, but it does obviously come out. I'll put it in later because it is a little fragile. I don't want to tear it. But it's a little envelope that she made, and here is a. I've got this new setup, and I've even got it taped on here, trying my best to stay in frame. This is just stenciled as well. Here we have a corner pocket. This is a Rita Donnelly design, and I just made a corner pocket or corner flip. May have glued it down. I think I did. Oh, okay. There we go. A corner flip like so, and then I put a doily on it, and then I just stuck a tag with that I'd stamped down in the pocket. Now this is a stencil as well. It's a Tim Holtz stencil, and it's long, and it's real fragile, and it's kind of hard. You dab it more than you rub it because it moves a lot, but I really like it, so I used that stencil, and it is a Tim Holtz stencil. I did a lot of stenciling, maybe too much. I don't. Another lace with the strip, trim. Now this is that paper I told you about that I got online, and what I did, I ran it through. This is a download that I have. It's newspaper print. I think it may be a dictionary print. So I printed on the paper, but not the back. And I put a piece of washi tape here to give it a little more stability when I sewed this on. I sewed this on. I sewed the lace on, and then I glued the this part on top of it. But the lace is sewed on. This is a tag that I made, a paperclip tag, and it's made with the money rolls, the $2, $3. This is a uh, dimes. This is a dime roll, and it's got a butterfly and some lace on it, and some cheesecloth, and it's attached to. Now this is the center of our signature, and this is the Tim Holtz paper that they no longer make. I'm about to run out of it, so one of these days, if you're tired of it, you won't see it. And they say that it's um, glassine, and it does say glassine. It's not the kind of glassine that we're used to, the white and the clear and the whatever, but it has a texture. It is a little different. And then I left the sewing strings, these are my strings, longer, and then I tied two beads to them that correlates with the color. So that's the middle, and then this is the back side of that paper, and the back print of that paper. We're on the down row. Now this says one day or day one. It's your decision. The author unknown. It is a digital download, and there again, it's a digital download, and then there again, I use that uh, uh, stencil of Tim's, and of course, here's the other stencil of Tim's. Now, this is another. I tell you, I watch Wendy all the time. Wendy and the Fox Girl and all of them. They're so talented. Well, this was a Wendy's deal. It's the round uh, punch with the pocket whatever, and I made this, and then I just secured it together with a little clip, a little Tim Holtz clip, and I did some stenciling. This is just a card, just some that it's like a text bot, and that's what she made them for. She's got a tutorial on how to make those, a darling. And then this is an envelope. Well, this is, I guess it's kind of an envelope. I just stamped across the top. I made this, I just folded paper and made this pocket. I don't have anything in it right now, but it does have a little paper clip on it. I put a thumb pull on it. You could put something in here. Now, I took some extra paper and covered where this folded down to make the flap. It looked unfinished. I didn't care for it. So I took another paper and I made it to cover that up. So you could put this down there. Well, you could. Of course you could. Well, I'm not. This is just a bare sheet with three little butterflies. This is another digital download quote. Every day may not be good, but there is something good in every day. And the author, again, is unknown. And it is a digital stamp. This is a pocket that I made. It's just a pocket. Uh, and I sewed around it. I used some cardstock on the back, and then I used some some designer paper on the front. I think this is Tim's. I'm not sure. No, this is not. This comes in a pad, and then this is just some lace, and then just a piece of scrap that I stamped a little butterfly on. This is a tag that I made. There again, it's heavier paper like the other tag. Then I just stamped, and then this is a pink cameo with some little bling around it that I put on with a garment pin. And the pink correlates with the flowers that fits down in like so. Okay, and then we turn our puppy. My puppy's in here with us. This is another book page. It's just stenciled on. This is just a piece, just a plain that I put lines on that you could journal on with the stamp and a butterfly down here. This is just plain on the back. This is the back part of the book page, and there again is the back part of that fake paper. It's not fake. It's really kind of neat, quite frankly, and it does kind of look like coffee dye, but you can tell that it's not real coffee, and it doesn't have the crisp. But I liked it. This is just stamped where you could journal with a stamp down below, and then 2 pages of the. You could write over this, and then the back is just left with some lines that you could journal on. And that is the back, and the back is just plain. And here's the front again with the. Oh, and it is just secured. I just tied a ribbon around. It's loose. I didn't know. I didn't really want to cut into the fabric. I didn't want to sew anything per se. I'll put this in a little bit. Um, put this over here and put it back in. I'm going to have this on my consignment shop, capturedonpaper.com. It is offered by and supported by and started by Kathy Orta King. I have several books on there. It's capturedonpaper.com. And if you go there in the search area, if you just put Gwen or Gwen Casteel, it'll bring up my page. I got about 4 or 5 books on there. I've sold several. It's a busy little place. Um, any questions, please ask me down below. I'll be more than happy. I really like these soft covers. I have a hardcover book to finish with 5 signatures in it, and I've got to embellish it out. And I don't know. I saw something online. I watch YouTube constantly, and somebody had just made a small one with. And I've done a couple others with the fabric, and I had this fabric that I liked. So I thought, well, I think I'll try it again. So I did, and just 1 signature. It's pretty full, but it's fun, and you could carry it in your purse or whatever. Um, so I thank you for joining me today. If you haven't signed up to follow me, please do. I would appreciate it. And any comments, please leave them down below. I'd be happy to answer them if I certainly can. Uh, and I will be back with, I'm sorry, I said I was going to do 2. I will be back with a second journal on the second book. It's larger, it's a photo book, hardcover photo book, and I will come back and do a separate flip through on that one. So thank you for joining me today, and have a great rest of your evening. Thank you. Bye-bye.